Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, whatever time of the day you're checking this video out. Welcome to this YouTube channel, Do It the Right Way. I'm currently carrying out an extensive research on immigration from Nigeria to Europe. My name is Lydia Olabi. And with me here today is a journalist from Nigeria, and his name is Mr. Shinoayo Uludari. So I'm very grateful that you joined me here today this morning, Mr. Shino.
Yes, Lydia, good day to you, and I feel honored being a part of this discourse.
Thank you very much. So basically, we know mostly the populations of Nigerians living in the urban areas tends to immigrate mostly from Nigeria to Europe, but the rural dwellers doesn't really, they don't really try to live where they stay. Instead, they migrate from their rural living place to the urban place. But mostly the urban dwellers likes to immigrate from Nigeria to either Europe or any other part of the country. And there is this issue going on presently with most Nigerian citizens immigrating from Nigeria to Europe, which by they get involved in um, problems, so many problems in the process of migrating. Because today we are going to be discussing about how we can use YouTube to create awareness against illegal immigration from Nigeria to Europe. And so, Mr. Shinayomi, being a journalist, I would like to ask you, to what extent do you think YouTube would be useful to discourage dangerous migration from Nigeria to Europe?
Well, first, the issue of migration has been, a very key issue since the existence of the earth, because people want to move from one place to the other, chasing a better life, chasing that opportunity that they feel is utopia. They want a new world. But sadly, like you mentioned earlier, many people do it the wrong way. However, trying to preach this to people and trying to let them know the dangers they would likely face if they go on this unholy way is, I think that brought us to the issue of YouTube. And looking at YouTube as a social media platform, I think that is one of the big ways, we can educate people, because that's the first thing you need to do with YouTube. YouTube can be used as a tool to educate these people. And how will they go about that? YouTube being, a platform that, primarily supports video. It uses video formats and the dynamic adaptive streaming over. That's the HTTP protocol. They can, over time, post videos of victims of circumstances. That is victims. Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
According to a report there's a report on predation and victimization of undocumented migrants. You mentioned the Mediterranean Sea, and looking at that report, we've had, illegal immigration leading to over 2,200 deaths. That's we have about 118,000 rape cases and 138,000 cases of assault. These are things that, welcome all these illegal immigrants. Using YouTube as a correcting tool or a corrective tool to discourage this art, I think the first thing is going through the education means. And how do I mean? With YouTube, we can educate people by, doing video documentaries, documentaries of those who have been affected, those who have been dealt with, the likely dangers, people are likely going to face when they do things the wrong way. And let me just chip in this, that over the years, we've had cases of people dying, especially those who try to swim, across the Mediterranean Sea. And from my own little research, I've discovered over time, we've had cases, I'm talking about 2017 down to sometimes in 2020, we have cases of 2,200 deaths. We have 180,000 rape cases and coerced sex. We have 138,000 of assaults and 81,000 cases of drug smuggling, while we have 27,000 cases of human smuggling all because you want to travel. I don't think it's worth it. But with YouTube, we can have these facts and figures. We can put them out to, who cares to listen, that these are the likely things they are going to face if they try to do things the wrong way. And the second aspect of YouTube we can also explore is also trying to use YouTube, now taking the place of television. Now we have YouTube as a platform that can also stream live news, stream live events. So with YouTube, we can have them streaming live news, maybe from BBC, Al Jazeera, that portray, victim of these circumstances. So the use of YouTube is, I think we can't just overemphasize the fact that it's going to go a long way. But the question here is, how many people from this part of Africa, Nigeria to be specific, how many of us have access to data? That is another problem. There's a difference between having these things available, and the other part is, will people even have access to this? I think it's not, because most of the countries in Africa, especially Nigeria, we are a third world country where our per capita income is very, very low, and the inflation rate is very, very high. So before someone talks about trying to watch YouTube to see these, dangerous things, trying to enlighten them or trying to correct their ways, I think they would better use the money for something else. But of the truth, if data is tackled, then I feel YouTube is a very, very strong medium to, advancing the cause of humanity as it concerns illegal migration.
Wow, that's so elaborate and it's very much explanatory. Like, thank you so much for pointing our view to that part, to that aspect. I'm so grateful. And also, considering the people that are actually involved in this migration, like the people that are actually doing this dangerous migration, because definitely some people survived. So I was just thinking, like, what could make someone in their youth, just young and so strong, and decide to just leave the country, and the easiest way they think in their mind, the picture in their mind, or getting informed about, is just by passing through the road and passing through the Mediterranean Sea. Why would someone want to risk his or her life just for the sake of getting out of the country? So I believe that there are some factors that have really promoted dangerous migration in Nigeria. Would you like to throw some light on that aspect for us, please?
Well, I think the father of them all is poverty, because in a country where you can't have 3 days meal, 3 meals daily, then that is problematic. In a country where you can't feed yourself, where you can't wake up and see that, okay, even after doing all the necessary things, after working hard, you don't still have the guts to say you can eat comfortably. You can't buy things everyone wants. You can't buy cars. You can't live in the comfort of your house. You can't get good medical facilities to get yourself well. That is a very, very big factor. So if risking their life is going to be equivalent to them getting a good life, then people in Nigeria are ready to do all it takes. When you see the rate at which the naira is crumbling against euros, pounds, and dollars, well, you see that the poverty rate is very, very high. So people would want to do that. And secondly, the case of joblessness. We have so many PhD holders in Nigeria. We have graduates. We have doctors. We have highly skilled professionals. Over the years, they don't have a job they can call their own, and they need to survive. Some of these people have kids. Using myself as a case study, I got a job about 9 years, after graduation, and I think this is not good enough. So if in the course of 9 years, I had the opportunities to even cross through fire, I would do that, because what do I live on? Nothing. So everybody wants a better life. And from what we see on TV again, from what we see on TV, we see that life is very good there. So, of course, like the Yorubas would say, sorry to use that word, and the Toba Fe Joyinu Akpata, Kogbodo Wonu Ake. That is, whoever wants to get a better life, must not look at the awkward challenges. So that is the second part. I feel people want to live, they are jobless, and some are just for adventures, they want to go on holy adventure. They want to see how it is like to cross through the Mediterranean Sea. they want to see is adventure. So there's those stupid things because of adventure's sake. And the other part, which I would like to mention again, is greed. Some even have job here in Nigeria. They are well paid, but they feel they want to acquire wealth. They want to get more than others. So they want to acquire more wealth. Yeah, so they feel when they travel to Germany, travel to the United States, they can become the richest man in their own town in Nigeria. So it leads them to that. And the other part, I'm not saying everybody has the same mindset of wanting to do things the wrong way, but when you look at the cost of trying to migrate to other countries, be it US, Canada, and Germany, and all these countries, the cost is very, very high. You ask people asking for 10 million naira, you ask people asking you for 20 million naira. Is it somebody who cannot even afford just 5,000 naira? Is that a person who would want to go through the right means? So they feel the best bet for them is to do it the wrong way. And sadly, some of them die, some of them get imprisoned, some of them even go through months of torture route, and after everything, they still get deported. So I think those are the key reasons. And you can also, you can't just underestimate the cases of fake promises abroad. Some will tell you when you come to US, when you come to Europe, you'll be the best, you get the best clothes, you get the best cars, you get this and that. All, all fake promises, promising them that, okay, when you come, you'll be making $1 million per day, and they get carried away by all these fake promises, and they want to jump the gun. And at the end of the day, it's still illegal, because when they get there, I'm very sure they can't just get their work permit or stay permit or whatever they call it. They keep jumping from one fence to another, and at the end of the day, the aim at which why they are taking such a risk is defeated. So it's not a good one, but really I can't blame Nigerians who try to get into this poor or bad adventure.
Mm. Wow. Thanks so much for throwing so much light. I believe because you mentioned a lot of points here. You mentioned the poverty, you mentioned the joblessness, you mentioned the fake promises, you mentioned the greed also, and also the desire
Of
for
course.
attentions. And I believe when people see this, when people hear this, probably they can have a second thought about it and think about it twice before they try to venture into it, or probably they can just opt out into it. I'm kind of anticipating that when people see this video and it's just like someone telling them the main reason why they want to do something that is not right, it can trigger their trigger them to their right senses and make them understand that it's not worth risking their life, because life is worth more the more you keep trying, regardless of, even if the economy of the country is not good, they can still stay calm and try to see if they can survive there. And if they actually cannot survive there, and if they think, oh, they want to actually migrate outside the country, if they believe their survivor is outside the country, then they should learn to do it the right way, because there are various ways of actually doing things the right way. And in my next videos, I'm going to be doing a follow-up with this interview section I just had with you, Mr. Shino Ayomi. So I'm super much grateful, and I'm so like, it's amazing. Like, I could get a bit of your time, regardless of your busy schedule. You still created a time for me to be able to interview you and get this message across to the right viewers and also people that need to get to know it. Like, thank you so much for joining this video sections, and I pretty much appreciate your speech and everything you said so much. Like, it's really appreciated. Thank
Yeah,
you.
well, I really thank you very much, and I feel this is a very good topic to always explore, because ask yourself, why do people want to leave? If my country is good, if Nigeria is good, why would I want to leave? I wouldn't want to leave, but because of the challenges we are facing. So, but I think the problem would be trying to stop people, trying to educate them. Now, as it is, you can't educate any Nigerians on not to live well. Maybe you try to educate them on trying to do things the right way. So, to put this to an end, if our government could wake up in their right senses, get people job, make everybody feel very important, get us the amenities, that those in other countries have, which we do not have, make our currency more, valuable,
Valuable,
so
yeah.
that we can buy things they can also buy, provide job for us, give us good security, give us good education. And I hope that one day, we try to cross the border whereby people learn to do things the right way. So thank you from me. And next time when you call me, I promise you I would oblige your request.
Oh, we're so grateful. Thank you so much. And like, I don't even know how to explain this, but I'm so grateful. I'm super grateful. So viewers, that's it from Mr. Oludare Shimayomi. And yeah, I believe you've gotten so many insights about this discussions of ours already. Oh, you can like this video, give this video a thumbs up, share with friends, and please don't forget to subscribe. So thank you so much for watching, and bye bye.